Hi, I'm Katharine Holabird. I'm the author of the Angelina Ballerina and Twinkle storybooks. And today, on Read and Learn, I'm going to read you my new storybook, Angelina's Big City Ballet. It's a very exciting story because Angelina gets to go to a great big city. And you know, she's never been to a city before because Angelina lives in the little village of Chipping Cheddar, way out in the countryside. But now, I decided in this story we do something very different. And you know what? She also learns a few new dance steps. So let's get started and find out what happens on this big adventure. Angelina was on her way to the most famous city in all of Mouseland. Wow, I've always wanted to see the big cheese, she told her friend Captain Whiskers. Angelina was going to perform at the Big Cheese Dance Show with her cousin Jeannie. She could hardly wait to get there. As soon as the SS Mousitania arrived, Captain Whiskers escorted Angelina down the gangplank to meet Aunt Violet and cousin Jeannie. Angelina did her best pirouette. "Thank you for inviting me," she said. "Welcome to the Big Cheese, Angelina," said Aunt Violet. "We're delighted you've come to stay." They hopped into a taxi and zoomed through the bustling city. Angelina stared in wonder at all the amazing sights. Glass buildings reached to the sky, buses and taxis roared through the streets, and the sidewalks were packed with busy mice racing wildly in all directions. When they got to Aunt Violet's apartment building, Angelina wasn't sure what to do. She'd never seen a doorman or an elevator before. "Don't be a scaredy mouse," teased Jeannie, rushing ahead. Angelina nervously followed Jeannie into the elevator, and it rumbled along all the way up to a fancy apartment on the 10th floor. It was all very different from Angelina's little cottage in Chipping Cheddar. "Come and see my room," said Jeannie. She proudly showed Angelina all her dance posters and her special outfits. "I'm crazy about tap dancing," Jeannie announced as she danced all around her bedroom. "I'm going to do a special tap dance for the Big Cheese Dance Show." "What are you going to do, Angelina?" "I made up a fairy ballet," said Angelina, practicing her pliés. "Oh, I guess that's okay," said Jeannie. "But don't you want to try my tap dance? It's much better than ballet." "Oh," said Angelina, and her tail drooped as she followed her cousin into the kitchen. The next day, as soon as the mouselings had finished their breakfast, Aunt Violet said, "It's time for our tour of the Big Cheese," and off they went. The first stop was famous Parmesan Park Avenue, where they visited all the fancy stores filled with beautiful fashions. Aunt Violet loved shopping, and she bought an enormous hat, while Jeannie danced in front of all the mirrors. Next, they went to the Empire Cheddar Building, the highest spot in all of Mouseland. The elevator zoomed up to the 100th floor, and Angelina felt dizzy. "Imagine tap dancing way up here," said Jeannie. As a final treat, Aunt Violet took the mouselings to see the very latest Broadway musical. It was called River Mouse and featured a big chorus line of tap dancing performers. Jeannie was thrilled. "See, I told you that tap was better than ballet," she exclaimed. On the way home, Angelina didn't even feel like twirling. Maybe tap really is better than ballet after all, she thought. When she got into bed, Angelina lay worrying about her performance at the Big Cheese Dance Show. But as soon as she closed her eyes, she started dreaming about dancing. In her dream, Miss Lily was encouraging her. "Don't give up now, Angelina. The show must go on." Angelina woke from her dream with a start. "Miss Lily's right," she thought. "The show must go on. I've got to practice my dance." So Angelina quietly tiptoed out of bed and started to practice her fairy dance in the moonlight. When Angelina had finished dancing, she curtsied, and then she looked up. There was Jeannie clapping in the doorway. "That was so beautiful," said Jeannie. "I'm sorry I said tap is better than ballet. My dance isn't as good as yours." And then Jeannie started to cry. Angelina gave her cousin a hug and said, "Let's help each other. It's much more fun together." Jeannie wiped her tears away, and then the cousins sat side by side and thought up a wonderful plan. The next day, Angelina and Jeannie started practicing their dance. Angelina showed Jeannie some of her favorite ballet routines, and Jeannie showed Angelina some of her best tap dancing steps. "We're making up our own dance," said Jeannie happily. "Let's call it the Big City Ballet," said Angelina, doing a little twirl. Aunt Violet was very pleased with their hard work and gave Angelina and Jeannie special costumes for the show. At last the big night arrived, and Angelina and Jeannie joined all the other young dancers backstage at the Big Cheese Dance Show. When Angelina saw the beautiful stage lit up with lights and the eagerly waiting crowds, her tail tingled with excitement. "Let's welcome Angelina and Jeannie with their Big City Ballet," said the presenter, and the mouseling cousins whispered "good luck" to each other and took a deep breath as they tiptoed up the stairs to the stage. The two little dancers twirled and tapped together across the stage and performed their special dance like two sparkling stars. Everyone clapped and cheered, and Angelina was happy to see Aunt Violet smiling proudly in the front row. When the show was over, Angelina and Jeannie hugged each other. Aunt Violet said, "Well done, my big city dancers." For the rest of the trip, Angelina and Jeannie twirled and tapped together all around the big cheese. When it was time to go, Jeannie gave Angelina a pair of her shiny tap shoes. "Come back soon so we can dance together again." "I will," promised Angelina. "I can't wait to do another Big City Ballet." Angelina gave Jeannie a pair of her best pink ballet slippers, and then she waved goodbye as the SS Mousitania tooted his horn and set sail for home. And that's the end. Thank you for being such good listeners. See you next time. Bye.